Good morning, gorgeous. This is Gail Burwell. I'm the founder of the Rockstar Mindset, and I am this morning with my partner in crime, Henriette Daniel.
Hello, everyone.
And we are so pleased to be here with you because we wanted to bring a subject I think that you may a bit scared about it, which is to be featured in magazine, to be featured in big magazine in order for your audience, your clients to see you and to see that you're an expert in your area. So because we are visible and because we are featured as well in magazine, we say, why don't you give you some tips to try by yourself and just to overcome this fear to think that it's not possible to do it. So, oh yeah, do you want to start?
Yeah, I think what I want to cover first is a couple of the benefits of why it is so important to be featured as either a personal brand or as a business brand. You see, when you have your own audience, they kind of already know who you are, hopefully, and they're already following you. But if you get placed in front of other audiences, it is another way to kind of expand your reach. So by just being featured, whether it's in online magazines, whether it's on other podcasts, whether it's on shows, on YouTube channels, whatever it is, there are so many different ways to be placed in front of other audiences. And once other people start seeing you, this is where things can go viral. This is where things can be shared by other people if they find what you are saying is valuable to them. So I think one of the biggest features about being featured is really the fact that you get placed in front of other audiences. But again, you get seen there as an expert. And it's one of the nicest things, really, to have that kind of collaboration with other places and other platforms where you can be seen as the expert. So, yeah, I think that's one of the biggest benefits that I've come across, unless you have anything to add as well, Gael.
No, I completely agree with you. I think it's a question of ripple effect. From the moment you decide to show up and to make this decision about it, and really to invest to bring the best of you for your audience, for your community, there is a kind of really ripple effect. And I think it's linked as well with the law of attraction.
Yeah.
That what you give, you receive in a certain way. You don't know when it's going to happen. You don't know in which form, what is the essence behind it, but it will come back to you. It's something I would say automated.
Yeah,
It's true.
absolutely.
And that's why I think if you do that consistently and you believe in what you do and really that you have a message for your audience, it's going to happen. Don't be too impatient about it. It's not something that's going to happen like this, I think you have to do the work. You have
Oh,
to
yes.
this thought.
Yeah, you have to put some skin in the game. Let's face it, nothing happens just out of thin air. So you have to make a start. And if you've never been featured anywhere, whether it's a podcast or on video, wherever, then and it's something that you want to do, then I highly suggest that you just start doing it and start doing the research and get out there and start seeing where you can get featured. Now, this kind of leads into some of the things that you might feel, which is number one, the fear of rejection. And I've experienced it. Gail's experienced it so many times where we've done our research and we've reached out to people where we want to be featured. And either you don't hear anything or you get just as simply, no, thank you. And it doesn't feel good because you automatically feel that you've been rejected. But this doesn't mean that you have to stop. You have to be open-minded to the fact that you are going to get yeses and you might get more no's in the process as well. But it doesn't mean that you should stop. So, Gael, talk to me a little bit about if you have an example maybe of fear of rejection, because I think, we've got quite a few examples already under our belts.
Yeah, it did happen to me quite a lot. I think it's happening to everyone. Let's be honest. You know what? We are biologically wired to judge. So it means that you can do everything you can. If they don't like you, they're not going to like you.
Yeah.
And in a way, it's better. Because I do believe that beyond the rejection is a kind of blessing, It means that this offer was not for you.
Mm-hmm.
This opportunity was not for you, was for someone else. And what is going to happen again after is going to be so much better. And this is what happened to me most of the time. When I got rejected for something I really wanted, just after I got another opportunity that I couldn't expect it at all, just coming out of the blue. I think it was the fact when I was in US last year for a mindset retreat. And I remember I applied for a podcast, and yeah, I didn't get it. I didn't get any response. And I said, okay, fine. It means it's not for me. And I really want for you to be aware about it. Okay. Um, Fear of rejection is nothing. Is nothing just to tell you this is not for you. You have so much something better on the way.
Oh,
That's
yes.
it. And
Yeah.
me, when it did happen to me, yes, a few days later, I've got the opportunity to work, to speak at the Women Economic Forum in London.
Mhm.
And it was beyond my wildest expectation, honestly. But you see the way it works, and I do believe that this is the way it happens. When you believe in it, in a kind of the concept of pronoia, when you believe that everything is happening for your best and for your
Yeah.
goodness, you're going to see it. You're going to see these little opportunities, this little contact or person that can help you, that can support you and uplift you. And I really believe in that. I'm really passionate about it. You can see the way I'm speaking to you right now. Because if it happened to me, it happened to Henriette, it happened to so many women entrepreneurs, it can happen to you too.
Yeah,
Henriette,
it's
you want-
it's it's the law of the universe. That's how things work. So we kind of put a negative name to it, saying the fear of rejection, but it's
Mm,
actually not a rejection at all. It's just an opportunity that's not right for you, which means that if one opportunity is not right for you, there's going to be another bigger one waiting for you around the corner. So don't let fear of rejection stop you, or don't let an opportunity that closes its door in front of you stop you. It just means that you need to turn around and start looking for the other opportunity because it is there, it's waiting for you. Now, there's another thing here which I've found as well, is that so many times we feel that if we're reaching out, say for instance, there's this big show that you want to go on, and you reach out to them and you think like, am I really worth it? You know, would they really see me as an expert? Would they say yes? And then you start hesitating, you're wondering, maybe I shouldn't do it. Maybe I shouldn't reach out to them. But hey, you wouldn't know unless you try, okay? But
um,
here's the thing, you and what you do as a business owner, as a personal brand, you've got so much value and expertise that are unique as you are as an individual. People want to hear from you. People really need to hear from you. So don't let that kind of thought really stop you and make you think like, maybe I shouldn't apply for this. I shouldn't do this.
mm,
You know, I'm not good enough. That is not the case. As an example, I want to share an example. I reached out to somebody actually on the opposite end, somebody really big who I wanted to be on my podcast when I started my podcast. And she was a huge guru in the US. She did so many great things. She was a fantastic coach. And I really hesitated to reach out to her, but I did. And I didn't hear from her for a week. I didn't hear from her for the second week. And the third week, she sent me an email and said, I am so sorry. Your email was in my junk folder. And I'd love to have this opportunity with you. I think it would be a great collaboration. And I was just gobsmacked. And I thought, oh, it really happened. You know, if I didn't get out of my comfort zone and think that I am good enough to send this email, I would never have had that response. And I would have never known unless I tried. So
yes.
if you really want to play a bigger game, if you really want to get featured and step up and really get yourself out there, don't feel that you are not an expert, because you are, and you have value that you need to offer the audiences.
Yes, I totally agree with what Henriette said. And it's an amazing story.
Mhm.
Um, and I would say to you, you know what? If you don't ask, you don't get. It's as
Yes.
simple as it is. And sometimes I think we are so much into our head, thinking the worst with our negative bias, that we don't go back to these simple rules, this simple principle that if you don't ask for help, they're not going to help you. Yesterday I reached some people because I'm going to be part of a new event, and I wanted to know if they will be interested. And at first, yes, you have got this little fear, you don't know what they're going to say. But I said, I have nothing to lose,
Mhm.
everything to win. And I believe in this event. I believe in the high value you can bring. And I went for it. And they all responded within the day. And I was a bit gobsmacked as well, but I was so happy about it. So it's just to show you that, yeah, give yourself permission to be great. You are
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, absolutely. And you deserve to be heard. You deserve to become visible. And it's not just by showing up on social media platforms, which we all know is great, but it's taking up that next step, the next level up, which is being placed in front of other audiences. And the way to be seen as an expert is to go out there and get featured on other platforms. So give yourself that permission, go and do it. Give yourself a challenge, even, and start trying within the next couple of weeks to reach out and see how many response you get back. And I promise you, if you're going to do it once, twice, 3 times, after that, it's a walk in the park. You're not even going to worry anymore about what the response are. At least you know you've tried.
Yes. And if you want to go for a deeper dive, our workshop is coming up. It's Thursday, 6 p.m.
Yeah.
And we can't wait for you to join us because we're going to give you more practical, more business strategy coming from Henriette, which is excellent in what she's doing. And really, I invite you to come because it's amazing. All the women love it. And it really helps them to show up more online.
Yeah. Yeah. If you definitely want to enhance your visibility online, then I highly suggest you come and join us. Gahal's going to talk about some amazing things about how to think differently, how to change your mindset when it comes to visibility. All those fears that you always have, all the fears that we've just spoken about here today, everything she's covering. And like I always say, you know, I learned so much from Gail, and I've seen her presentation a few times before, and I still learn something new every single time. So honestly, you have to come and you have to join us. And again, like always, this is not a workshop where we sell anything at the end. This is where we give you total value, and you can take it and implement it in your business. So don't think it's one of those where we're going to pitch all the way at the end. That is not what we do.
No.
All we're doing is we want to give you some helpful information so you can enhance your visibility and attract more clients. So yeah, we'd love to see you there tomorrow.
Yeah, you know what? It's just giving you practical tools, strategy that you can use immediately like that.
Yeah.
Okay. And you can implement. This is what we want for you. So we're going to leave you, but don't forget about it. I'm going to put the link in the comments below. And yeah, I wish you a fantastic day. And yeah, keep going. I send you so much love and thank you, Henriette, for being here with me.
No problem. Thank you, everyone. Have a lovely day. Take care.
Bye.